document before us, and I am particular about items number 14 to 21. Items number 14 to 21 indicates that all those contracts, about 8 of them spread across 8 states, were awarded to one contractor. They were awarded to one contractor, and I will need explanations as to why contracts that have to go to about 8 states will go to just one contractor, and all awarded in one day. And I will also want to know if the same trainings were carried out in one day. And one company is going for all the 8. And Mr. Chairman, to conclude, I'm mindful of the fact that you've cautioned that we should not narrow this to states. But Mr. Chairman, with all humility, we are here representing federal constituencies in states. If I see to a document where about 33 jobs were awarded, and the presenter have said these projects were carried out across 36 states, and my state is not mentioned by ELSA, then I think there's need for me to call for explanations. So maybe in answering this question, you have to speak to the fact that by ELSA.
Honorable Akiosi.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman. My question will go to both yourself, with due respect, and the madam. Maybe you'll be the one to...
I will also answer questions.
No.
This is a novelty.
The answers that madam has been giving to us, I'm of the opinion that those answers may have also fallen into either the appropriation or the of 2022 and that of 2021. Because she keeps saying something had fallen Ekiti, fell under appropriation, and the other fell under the...
You mean outside of the COVID intervention?
Yes.
The regular
yes. So
budgetary
now,
appropriation,
so
okay.
Now, my own question to her, and you being our head and the one with the gavel, should please ask madam or instruct madam to only answer questions that has to do with what is it, the COVID, the 3 billion that we are talking about. Any of the things that she's talking about that is outside that, she may also need to bring to us here the documents that...
Honorable, I believe she's guided. That question is for her, actually, it's not for me. Madam, you have been guided rightly.
Yes, sir.
That limit your answers and explanations.
List of contracts awarded under 2020. I'd like to ask, is there any of these items that you have in the Appropriation Act of 2021-2022, apart from that which is for COVID intervention?
It's only COVID intervention that is here that we are presenting.
That's not my question. My question is, looking at these underlisted items,
yes.
Are these items repeated in the Appropriation Act as submitted by your agency?
No.
Of 2020, 21, 22.
So that what you mean is that the implementation of any of these items fall just within the intervention for COVID.
Yes, sir.
Now, the implication too is that outside the funds provided for COVID, nothing is expended under these underlisted items, right?
Madam, I don't know whether you understand the question.
Yeah, please let me...
Operations for them, that the contractors were not paid a dime to execute those ones, right?
That is...
Yeah, we took that question earlier, actually.
I want to confirm if you have any provision to pay for these ones so that the underlisted items from 13...
To pay for, they are work not done, Honorable.
I'm asking her what her projections are for 13 to...
We have this, okay, maybe because we were not here then.
No, I was here.
It's about 690 million naira, and they have not been able to give us any explanation.
I heard when my brother and colleague asked that question.
Okay, so...
Now, my question is, what intentions do they have? Are they expending? Let it come from them.
No, when you said intention, I don't know. I mean, they can't even explain where the money is yet. They are still looking for the money.
Looking at this, the awards came in 2022. I do not know how, well, maybe it is possibly Nigeria.
There were no awards done in 2020, you mean?
None here. So I wonder how people will be trained in anticipation of COVID and then something is done later.
Okay, madam, what he has asked now, please note it down. You have to explain because you actually said.
You have this document, right? You have this document. Okay.
Excuse me, please. Mrs. What's your name? What's your name? Mrs. Ebute? Mrs. Ebute, you probably assume that what we are doing here is a little bit. No. You displayed that now, and that is totally unacceptable to the committee. It's not unacceptable. We are dealing with issues of how you spent over 3 billion taxpayers' money, and you are laughing and joking. It's not. Please. Yes, Honorable Shoba, please.
Thank you, madam. You have this document with you, right? Okay, I want you to go to the 2020 COVID interventions, number 7. You have BS Multi Projects Limited, situated in Zadawa Complex. Then number 26, 2020, 2020.
That's the second.
Number 7.
The first attachment.
The first attachment, number 7. You have BS Multi Projects Limited, located in Zadawa Shopping Complex, right? Then you go to number 26. You have Thames Hudson Architects Limited, Abba Zadawa Shopping Complex as well. And again, 28, BS Multi Limited, Abba Zadawa Complex, the same company. Then you now go to your 2021. Number 1, BS Multi Projects Limited, Abba Zadawa Shopping Complex. Then you go again to number 19 and 20 of your 2021. That's Thames Hudson Architects Limited, Abba Zadawa, and BS Multi Projects Limited, Abba Zadawa Shopping Complex. So we've awarded projects to 2 companies located in the same shopping complex. This committee wants to have their CAC documents, their directors, to be sure that these 2 companies are not the same person. Because I don't know how you award, you said you did the training on the same day for states, different states. There's Bauchi, Sokoto for this same BS multi-projects, but they are located in a shopping complex. Not that they have their own building.
Thank you, Honorable.
In a shopping complex. We need the CAC documents with all the list of directors.
Thank you, Honorable. For
Thank
the
you so
purpose
much.
of clarification, that BS has nothing to do with this BS. Madam, I hope you have noted that. Yes, sir, Honorable Kuye. Take one more, then you answer them. Yes, sir.
You mentioned 2 items that were done during the COVID. Projects and services. Capital projects and services. We will want to know from the 3 billion given to your agency, how much of that amount went into services? That's for your training. How much of the 3 billion went into services? Number 2, Section 44 and Section 45 of the Procurement Act talks about ascertained needs under services. And Section 45 talks of unascertained needs. We will want to know, out of the money you spent for services, which one were for ascertained needs and how much was spent for unascertained needs. It's 3. I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. 3. The section of the law talks about the time frame within which to start and complete such services. we will want to know the time frame within which all these things were done, the training from the beginning to the ending. Thank you.
Okay, so madam, you received, you got a sum of 1.5 billion naira in 2020, and you spent a sum of 1.4 billion naira from that sum, from the calculations of the figures of the contract awarded. But in 2021, when you got 1.3 billion naira, the total sum accounted for from your submission is 194 million naira. In 2021, when you got 1.3 billion naira, total sum accounted for in the submission is 194 million naira. And you agree with me that what you have is a huge gap between 1.3 and 194. I wanted to take note of that, especially the Director of Finance, because it's a major issue we'll be looking at. Other issues on your procurement record, certificate of no objection and so on have been raised. And I want to say that we are only taking this route to allow you this much time so that we can establish the principal issues. Ordinarily, what you submitted to the committee is so insufficient for us to have refused to even grant you audience, because there are quite a whole lot of questions that documents could have answered, which you haven't produced. So you can just go ahead and answer these questions, and then we'll give you a new date for your appearance for submission of proper documentation on all those expenditures. Go ahead, please.
Given from 14 to 24 to one company. The procurement regulation provides that nothing in this regulation shall preclude the participation of government-owned agencies, universities, or research centers from participating in contracts for the procurement of consulting services. Now, when we needed to empower some of our youths, the vulnerable in the society, with VSAT training, when it was embedded in the empowerment program of COVID-19, Nigerian Satellite Agency was involved, and it is in that light that the VSAT training, that consultancy aspect of it, was given to the Nigerian Satellite Agency. So that is why we see 8 of them in 8 different states of the Federation, sir. The other question...
They also bid for the contract like any other... Did they bid for the contract like other companies did?
We went directly to them. We asked them to submit their company papers, and we went directly to them. Sir, you will agree with me that there is no need asking private... They're also an agency under the Ministry of Communication. Yes, we went within the law, sir. And we can also provide you evidence of the training and the equipment that we're giving them, sir.
Less than 3 consultants shall be allowed to bid for those services. His law says that nothing less than 3. But you are giving us just one. Just one agency and give them your own agency.
Sir, sir, may I explain, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are talking about a government agency that has the exclusive rights for this very consultancy.
What do you mean by exclusive right? What do you mean by exclusive right?
Maybe by the, she's talking about
services within their locality, sir.
Yeah, so said in Nigeria, they had the exclusive right to supply all the states. And have you read your own federal character out as well? In all of this is Federal Ministry of Communication, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you looked around this room? When we introduced ourselves, this is Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
and we have what is called federal character, emergency or not. What we are trying to tell you here is this is very, very unfair and improper. If you're coming to tell us an exclusive right for one company, for one company, well, we're going to leave you to bring, but Mr. Chairman, sir, I think what we are doing is just like we are running around circles. Mr. Chairman, I want to move a motion right now. Looking at the document we have here, this is very, very unserious. Coming to the National Assembly with a type 3-page letters, no voucher, nothing to show, to prove that you actually did something. This was brought to us. Please, Mr. Chairman, I'm moving a motion right now that we are not entertaining any more questions, any more answers, until every single document is provided. From what I'm looking at here, you were giving procurement requirements. Every single document to bring to us, yes or no? Can you now tell us that what you are giving to us now meets that requirement? If that is the answer, Mr. Chairman, I'm moving that motion right now. We are not entertaining no more questions, no more answers, until every single document you were required to provide is provided. I so move, Mr. Chairman. My name remains Chief Dr. Billy Osawaru, representing the good people of Oriomo Nwode Federal Constituency, and I remain a proud Benin Chief from Edo State.
Thank you.
I so moved.
Thank you, Honourable Member. Is there any seconder to that motion? Yes, Honourable, sir.
Sir, I want to...
Okay.
Including pictures, videos. Pictures, evidences, and videos. Because I also you cannot do this. You cannot do training of this magnitude, and there won't be any pictures.
Okay, so let's have a seconder. Just take it as one motion, then you second it.
Mr. Chairman, Deputy Chairman, honorable colleagues, I am Honorable Chief Mitema Obodo, representing Ogbeya Federal Constituency. I'm from Bayelsa State. With utmost respect, I second the motion ably moved by my colleague, the Honorable and proud Benin Chief. I so second.
Those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Madam, the Minister of, Acting Permanent Secretary, and Madam, the Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy is expected to supply all the documents mentioned in the course of the hearing, which will be communicated to you in writing, the specifics of those documents, to submit them before the close of work on Friday, 1st of December, and then reappear for continuation of this hearing on Tuesday, 5th of December, 2023. Thank you. Discharged. Department or agency, please. Federal Ministry of Water Resources.